Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are looking at data validation. Think of this feature as a gatekeeper for your data integrity. When we restrict a column to a specific text length, we are telling Excel, hey, do not let anyone press enter unless you count the characters first. If they type too much, Excel triggers an error block. This ensures your data stays perfectly clean and consistent from the very start. Now, if you look at my table, I have serial number, name of football legends, country, gender, age, club, and number of kids. Now, if you look at year, we have column 1, name of football legends. Now, they go. We want to prevent people from leaving it blank or entering accidental typos that are too short, like just typing ho, letter ho. And the rule is we want to use the text length that is greater than or equal to 3. Now, we'll be considering the first 4 columns. Now, the first thing we are going to do is to highlight this particular column, the one we want to validate. So here I will put B34, my last row in this particular column that we want to validate. So then I'll long press my shift and enter. So you locate your data and then you click this drop down, data validation. So here you go for your text length and then you click the here, you come to this drop down here where you are seeing between. You click the drop down arrow and click greater than or equal to. Now, minimum of 3. Now we are done, but I want us to put input message. So here I'll put instruction. Good. Then I will add kindly input the first 3 letters or more. Kindly input the first 3 letters or more. Then error alert, which means if they input otherwise, I want Excel to show this. Here I will just put warning, error message, follow the instruction. Then I'll press my OK. So now look at here. Kindly input the first 3 letters or more. Now let me try to input 2 letters. Let me just put J. Hit enter. What do you see? Follow the instruction. then retry. So which means that I have successfully validated my entire column. You will see it here, here, here. So now the only way Excel will accept my input is for me to follow the instruction. So right now I'm going to put J Okocha. Then I'll press enter. What do you see? Excel allowed me. So I now have the first legend. So now let's fill the second one. Here I'm going to use Roberto Carlos from Brazil. So I will just put Harho. I'll press enter. The same thing, right? So I will retry and put the right thing and follow the instruction. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. So I'll press my enter. So I've inputted the second legend. Now let's move to the country, which is column 2. There go. Ensure country names are spelled exactly the same way every time. So you don't get Nigeria and Nigeria. That is small letter N. And then you also have NT. That is, a user inputs Nigeria, another user inputs Nigeria with small letter, then another user inputs abbreviate Nigeria NT. Then there is going to be a what? Mixed up, which ruins the data analysis later. So it means that if I want to use pivot table to further my analysis, then I will have mix up, because pivot table will not see only Nigeria. Rather, it will see Nigeria, another Nigeria, another NT. Then I won't have accurate analysis. Now let's look at the rule we want to use here. Use list. Select a source range containing your claimed country, e.g. Brazil, France, and Nigeria. So now in this case we are still going to do the same thing. We're going to highlight this particular column, and then we highlight this column, move to data validation, and in this case we'll go back to settings and we'll click list. This time we select list. So now we want the source. You click this particular arrow to get your data source. So I will click. So I have my data source here, Brazil, Nigeria. So I'm going to select, then hit my enter, then press my. Now I can also input message here, that I can also input error alert, but because of time we'll just leave it. Then I will just press OK. So now what do you notice here? A drop down arrow. So now JJ Okocha is from Nigeria. So I will click this drop down arrow and select Nigeria. Good. For Roberto Carlos from Brazil, I will click my drop down, then I will click Brazil. So I've been able to use drop down list to select the country for the first person and the second person. Now, if anybody, so you cannot just come and just input anyhow. You cannot just input NT, BR, FR. No. So I've been able to control or restrict what people can input. So this will help my analysis if I want to further it. Now, we also have the gender. So for the gender, we also do the same thing to the gender. So that will be, we're going to highlight this particular column. So to do that, I will use the first method. That will be D34, and I'll press my shift and enter, then data validation, and click my drop down list, the source. So the source is here, male and female. Hit my enter, press OK. So here Okocha is a male. I will just click the drop down and put male. And for Roberto Carlos, also a male, drop down and put male. Drop down and put male for Roberto Carlos. So we've been able to input this particular data. So now I want to look at their age. So for the age, we do the same thing, but let's look at the goal as well. Don't forget, for the gender, this is the goal, right? Restrict entries strictly to specific categories, male or female. So we made use of list. Select directly into the box, male, female. So we've done that. Now we want to look at the age. Now for the age, let's look at the goal. Prevent impossible inputs, like someone accidentally typing an age of 500 or negative number. Can you see that everything is all about you having a good organized data, a structured data that you can later analyze if you want to use pivot table, and then if you want to make use of data visualization. So it will make your data to be free from error. So now if you look at here, now if you look at the rule, use whole number between 15 and 100. That will be their age. So imagine not setting something like this. Anyone can just put anything. If you don't set it this way, anyone can just put anything. Another person can put 150, 101, 120. Just say, let me just put anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but it matters because you want to further the analysis. So we can just restrict what people can put. So minimum of 15, then maximum of 100. So we go back to the data validation, and we are going to highlight this particular age column. To do that, this is column E. That will be E34. So I put my E34, and then long press my shift and enter. Then here we drop down data validation. This time we are going to make use of whole number. So I click my whole number. So that will be between, right? Yeah, between 15 and 100. So in this case, I don't want to also put input message and error alert, but can we put it? Yes, you can put it to guide your user. or users, but I don't want to put it this time. So I will just press my OK. So now we can now input their age. So now let's say for JJ Okocha, let's assume I just want to put that, let me just put anything, it doesn't matter, let me just put anything, it doesn't matter. So I will just put 10. Enter. Look at that. This value doesn't match the data validation restrictions defined for this cell. Retry. So let me retry and put, I don't know Okocha's age, but let me put 49. Enter. Right? So for Roberto Carlos, I don't know Roberto Carlos' age, but I will just put 52. Just press my enter. So we also have for the club and for number of kids, but we can just leave this. So I hope you've learned something today. Now if I want to clear what I have done, is it possible in data validation? Yes, it's very possible. So for me to clear what I've done is very simple. What I just need to do is to select the columns. I will just select and go back to my data, then the drop down, data validation, then clear all. Press my OK. So I've cleared everything. So let me try to just put, let me just put my name. I'm not a footballer, but let me just put my name. I'll just put Olufemi. Okay, let me just put Ho-Hem and let's check. Can you see it accepted it because we have removed the validation? So applicable to the country, applicable to the gender, also applicable to the male. So before I go, I would like to show you this custom. So next week I will be having another tutorial teaching you how to make use of custom when it comes to data validation. So stay tuned for that. I hope you've learned something again. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And stay tuned for more videos. Bye.